I am sorry.
No, it's me, man. It doesn't help either that I'm slightly colorblind to certain shades, and it just blended on me. I'm not even joking about that.
I think they can see us now, right? Looks like it.
Shades, and it just blended on me. I'm not even joking about that. Sorry, everyone.
They can see us now, right? Looks like it.
There, I muted my video. I did a rookie mistake again. How's everyone doing?
We're live again. Show number 2.
We did it.
And good night. Oh, sorry.
We're going to make this a quick one, right?
All right. Hello, Harry and Ella and Marcy, Jennifer
and Amber.
Hayes. All the beautiful
Jennifer.
people. Amber was here early.
She was.
You're eventually going to have dinosaurs on this ride. That's really cute, Marcy. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
How's everyone doing tonight?
How are you doing, Nate?
I'm doing okay now that I got that figured out. How about yourself, Chuck?
I'm doing pretty good right now. It's been a good week. I got one more day of work, but it should be a quiet day tomorrow, so easy peasy.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do?
I work on a university campus. I run a testing center where we do third-party testing, like so engineers can get certified, and so that teachers can take what's called the fundamentals of reading test, which is something they need to get certified. And then we also provide testing for students with disabilities that might need more time for exams or something like that. So
cool.
I watch cameras all day like this. I watch people take tests. So that's what I do. There's Amber. Watching on you got us on your TV, Nano Horton. We're huge. Just think of how your head looks on TV, Nate.
Dude, I've watched my own video on TV because I like to, I say humor my family, but they don't find it very funny, but to put my channel up there sometimes, and it's like, good God, my head is huge.
Well, I don't know if you saw my last short, but I had the light like right on my face and the camera close. I looked like I was about 112.
It's just age, man.
That's all it is. I got a face for radio. That's what it is. Look at all the people.
I found out today that Thrifty Junker's from Indiana too on her premiere.
Really?
Yeah. Indiana's representing in the reselling game.
There's a lot from Wisconsin too. It seems like there's clusters, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And Texas too. There's a cluster from Texas, Cali, Wisconsin. I know there's a cluster from Ohio and stuff. So
Pennsylvania. Nobody. Well, there's no Colorado.
Do what?
I know of one from Colorado.
There's a couple of from Colorado that I've been just chatting on their channels and stuff, but I don't know them personally.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Delaware, Jennifer. I knew Harry was and Tommy. Must be a great place to live. Hoosiers.
Where's a great place to live?
Delaware.
I've never been.
Neither have I.
I've been close. I've been a state away, but never crossed over in Delaware.
Well, that doesn't count.
Hey, I wanted to go, but with my work trips, they know that I'm a reseller, so they try to get me right back on that plane as soon as possible because I do check out all the thrift stores while I'm out.
What is your day job?
It's pretty boring to most people, but I am a quality assurance over supplier management. So I'm an auditor. So I audit other facilities to FDA guidelines and regulations and
What kind of facilities? Like
pharmaceutical.
Oh, gotcha.
So right now I only do remote audits, but once I'm able to get a shot and everything, and then the numbers start going down, then they're going to have me on the road again.
So you travel a lot?
Unfortunately, yes. It sucks. My job doesn't suck. I love I do enjoy what I do, but I don't like being on the road all the time.
I bet. So you walk around with a clipboard and people call you sir?
It's weird because my last job, I was just like one of the I was a team lead, so I was on the manufacturing floor, and I remember when auditors would come in and everyone's like, "Look busy, make sure you're doing something," and now people do that to me, and I'm like, "This is weird. I know what you're doing. It's fine." It keeps me busy.
I had a quality assurance job at Land's End, and I used to walk. I was 19 years old. I would walk around the factory. I'd look at hems on jeans, and I'd look at zippers on duffel bags, and everyone called me sir, and I'm carrying a clipboard, right? And it was so ridiculous. And here I was, a 19-year-old kid that was getting drunk 3 nights a week, but these people thought I was respectable, and they all made more money than me. I think I made $12 an hour. I was sir. Hey.
Thrifty Lobster in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, Lobster.
He is really entertaining on TikTok.
Oh, yeah?
I think so, anyways.
When I get a new phone, I'm going to check out TikTok.
What do you have?
What?
What kind of phone do you have now?
I don't know.
Is it a flip phone?
It's not that bad. But it's got like 8 megs of memory on it total. And of course, half of that is the crap you don't ever use. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's an old Motorola piece of junk that constantly tells me storage space is running out. And I've got nothing on there. But
dude, when I have an iPhone, but it's an old one. But when I had broke my other one, I was using this old phone that someone gave me. It was like a $20 phone. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do away with technology, be done with, all the apps and stuff on my phone. And after a week, I was breaking, man. Like, I do everything through my phone, eBay, everything. So,
do you really do eBay? I don't think my fingers are too stupid.
Dude, I had to get the larger screen phone, but my finger, it's not, the keyboard is not finger friendly, if that does not sound too weird.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, my fingers are about too big for it.
It's not a flip phone. I have a couple flip phones. I don't throw my phones away.
You should see if those flip phones are going for anything.
I probably should. I got an old Razor. That was my favorite phone.
Dude, I had a Razor too, and it was my favorite phone. Like when you could actually see where it was like the message going out, I was like, yeah, I'm cool.
This is dope.
I'm a nerd, though.
I mean, I'm really cool. If I get too sexy, I put this on to keep the women back.
You got to cool down the chat a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
So everyone, I just want to say we're still trying to figure out a name. We've taken the suggestions from last week, and we are still trying to figure this out. So we're not being lazy. We're just not. I guess we're not very creative.
I'm lazy. So we should get more suggestions tonight.
Yeah, and then combine them all, and then we'll have a name.
I was thinking maybe pick our favorite ones to go on like one of those wheels, one of those spinning.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll pick one, and we'll say, I don't know if I like that one.
Like, well,
damn it.
Hey, that's the only way we're going to get anywhere, I think.
Is with a cool name. It's all in the marketing. See, Chuck's being lazy. Thanks, Paul, for having my back.
He just cares, okay?
Man, we got all the cool people in here.
I know.
Almost all the cool people. 13, 15. There's 15 cool people in this community. And they're all here.
I get so confused in the other lives that I'm in because I forget that people don't realize I'm Nate. But there's always like, hey, Nate. And then I have to scroll to see if I said something. Because a lot of times I'll just go back and forth between my screens because of work and everything. And I'm listening. And I'll see, hey, Nate. And I'm like, oh, did I forget to say hi to someone? So I'm sorry if you think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just constantly lurking and listening.
See, that's the problem. There's only one Chuck, so if I don't
that's
say
not a problem. That's a good thing. You don't have like 25 Nates in the chat.
Yeah, but then I can't ignore somebody if I want to.
I'm like, yeah, Chuck's a jerk. He doesn't respond to anyone.
I wrote down men with hats, by the way, Harry. I saw it.
I guess it would help if I looked at the chat. And...
Tina's here, Resale Royalty 74. Hello, Tina. Thank you for stopping by. My chair's noisy.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, Wendy. Did that sound like I yelled it?
You did. Calm down.
All right.
I like your hat, man. Where'd you get it?
I think at an auction. It's my old-timey hunting hat or something.
Do you buy lots of hats? Like
no.
Bulk or anything like that?
Well, yes, I have a couple of times. I don't generally look for... Well, I do now. I guess I do. So I'll just shut up. But yeah, I do. Sometimes I've gotten burnt because I usually go to live auctions. And I'll see some hats, and I'm like, those look cool. And then you get it, and it's like, mold and stink and filth. Years of manure on them. But
I've had some pretty nasty hats I've unfortunately won. Well, because you see like the first two, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a great lot. And then after you get over the clean ones, the rest of them are like, I don't even know what they're covered in. Like, I know one of them, I've had to throw some away just because it's like they've been sitting in like a rat-infested barn or something.
And then the ones that are in the best shape are, the Mount Horeb Co-op. Nobody wants this. This has been listed for months. But I was like, man, it's in good shape. I'm going to list it. Nobody's going to buy it, ever.
Yeah, with that attitude, they're not. Dude, I have some of the weirdest hats, okay? So just keep it listed. Keep the faith. You never know.
Well, I'm going to make a lot of hats that nobody wants. I did actually sell a lot for like $12 or something. A lot of like 15 hats that were local things. Somebody bought them. Farmers always need a hat for in the barn or something.
I am that weird lurker.
You can't lurk.
What? Uh-oh, I think we lost Chuck. Chuck, are you with us? Well, Chuck's out. He just looks like he lost power. So hopefully he can get back on here. Resale royalty with stuff. And I go for anything. Like, I'm not an expert at all. Cajun resale, he's the expert, Chris. But I usually look for just anything that possibly looks unique or anything that like old cartoons like Clifford the Big Red Dog. I've been finding a lot of that. That may be a good or a bad thing. We shall see. But like Cookie Monster, stuff like that, that's what I look for. Let me see if I can let Chuck back in a minute. Basically, so not all license, I would say. There is one that I found that I haven't sold, and there's not very many for sale in the US, and maybe a reason, but it's literally flesh-eating bacteria plush. And so like that's the kind of unique stuff I'm looking for. And that's something, Chuck, quit making excuses. But that is something that if I don't sell, I'm not going to be upset about it because I'll put it in my collection because we collect a lot of weird stuff around our house. So if you find anything that looks unique, especially like that, I'd pick it up. Especially, I mean, at Goodwill, I always find them for 99 cents. Some of the bigger ones are like $1.99. Chuck, quit threatening us. Chuck did bell. He's doing this on purpose. He already told me he did not want to be on tonight. He doesn't even like YouTube, and this is frustrating. I'm just kidding. Hi, Jen's Closet. Chuck, you got to get out of the 90s and upgrade your phone and your computer, man. So we are doing a donation tonight for Chuck since his computer and phone is still stuck in the 90s. He really needs this, guys. Chuck, I'm going to be on a mission now because sometimes I get, quit telling me to wrench you. I got to figure this out, man. What question did I miss? I'm seeing it pop up in StreamYard. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. My week in sales has been okay. It's pretty slow this week. I've only this week so far, it's Thursday. I've only sold, I think, 7 things right now, but I'm listing every day. So Oh, it's okay, Marcy. I was just giving you guys a hard time. But yeah, my sales have been somewhat slow this week. I have sold what was it? 5 of the 7 items I've sold so far this week have been postcards, so that's nice because I literally have probably less than, I think, around 25-30 cents each in the postcards, and I've been selling them for anywhere between $12.95 to one I sold this week was $19.95, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the entire lot of postcards that I bought, I only spent $30 on the. I want to say I probably ended up getting around 300, 350 postcards, so it's already paid for itself, and I'm completely in the profit now. I am. Let me see. So I am. I'm on eBay. I'm on Macari. I don't. I'm not very good on Macari. I need to focus on that more. I don't like the whole promoting thing to, I guess, basically giving discounts over and over to promote your items, but I just need to learn that a little bit more. But I primarily on eBay, I do sell a lot on Facebook Marketplace. Like this week, I have 4 sales on Marketplace and then Craigslist as well. But I do meet a lot of interesting people on Craigslist. Uh, sometimes I get worried for my life. But I mean, I still make money. So until someone stabs me, I'm going to continue to sell on Craigslist. How's everyone else's sales going this week? Is everyone else slow? I have a feeling a lot of it's slow because it seems like half the nation is struggling with the power outages and all the winter storms. I know our mail had not. Today was the first day our mail ran. Well, of course, it did not run on what is it, Monday, but for 2 days it was not running due to all the snow that we got. So it looks like I'm not the only one slow this week. I don't want to see anyone slow, but I felt like I was doing something wrong this week. What is people's thoughts on getting? I know I've watched some lives and then just other channels that talk about antique booths. I used to have one, and they ended up shutting the whole place ended up shutting down. And I did pretty well in there, but I guess how do you guys? Because I'm trying to scout antique malls and stuff right now around my area, and there's some that do have high traffic, but my problem is I feel like the rent's pretty high there because I know one of them is about 150 a month. Is that? Do you guys? I mean, is that high for your guys' areas, or am I just that cheap?
Yay!
Yeah, don't you ever.
I'm so sorry, man. Did Marcy tell you what happened?
The running the dishwasher?
Yes. We have a problem. Yeah, we have a lot of things that need updating in this house. I'm very sorry. I'm back.
It's okay.
Everyone can relax.
So
my
I guess
flashlight didn't even work for the crap.
So I guess about 150 is not that high like I thought it was. I was spoiled because the last booth I had, I'm friends with the owner or was friends with the owner, and he only charged me like $20 a month or $30 a month. So
Sweet.
And he gave me like front row in front of the door and everything. So I did well there, but like I said, and I was probably the nicest booth there in terms of clean stuff and looks. But then again, like I said, he charged me literally like 25, 30 bucks a month for my space.
There. Oh, now I'm fully dressed. Thank you, Amber. Thank you.
So how do I wrench you and people?
Yeah.
You kept harassing me.
I think you right click on them somewhere. I don't remember if you do it in StreamYard or if you do it on.
Dude, I almost put you in timeout by accident.
Don't do that.
I was expecting it to be a wrench, but obviously it wasn't.
I think you right click on it either in StreamYard or YouTube, and then something is there. Or maybe there's a little ellipsis somewhere.
Is it the add moderator one?
That's it. Add moderator. Jen says it's in YouTube.
Yeah, unfortunately, Thrifty Junker, everything in Bloomington is more expensive because of the great Indiana University.
Ask Alexa. Thank you. Is Angie in here? Angie Resells? I haven't seen her.
No, I don't think so. She told me, she messaged me last week and said she probably would not come back to one of our lives as long as you're on it. So
yeah, I figured.
It's a tough way to find out in front of everyone. I didn't want to embarrass you, but
she let me be on her live once and she lost 300 subs. So I'm a pariah.
Okay, I'm trying to find your comment now so you can have a wrench.
Yeah, you're not going to wrench me, are you?
Okay.
So work on what?
Type something. You're wrenched.
Let me type.
Yeah, if anyone else wants a wrench, just let me know.
Oh, yeah, I'm wrenched. The power. So, Nate, if you had to work on a farm, what do you think would be the most fun job to do?
Chuck?
What?
Well, here's the problem, Chuck. I have this phobia of getting these pretty things dirty. So as long as I could wear gloves and just not work in a farm around dirt and stuff, I'd be great. But if I had to, I'd feed the animals. we're big animal people, so. So
you really like a clean freak? Like you have to be.
I do not eat with my hands ever. Like I use a fork, or I just do not. I cannot touch my food. I've been like this since I was pretty young. So
like you can't eat like a big sloppy burger?
That's disgusting. I fork and knife, dude.
No
pizza, fork and knife. Yeah, I cannot. I do not eat anything without a fork.
Chips
with a fork.
You do not.
I do. You can ask my wife. Like,
how do you get them?
It's easy.
That's a skill, man.
Okay, I was hoping I had a plastic fork or something laying around, but literally, the prongs of the fork.
Yeah,
I put chips in a bowl or whatever, and then I use those prongs and pick it up. Like I've done this for over 20 years now or so. And it just comes natural to me. Like when I first started working at my job now, no one believed me, and we had a company cookout, and I'm over there eating with the fork. They're like, "You're not joking, are you?" I'm like, "No, I don't touch my food. I'm a freak."
Well, I don't think you're a freak.
I am. It's okay.
Okay, freak. But I mean that in a good way.
And I think my phobia came from, and I don't think they're on this live, and it's okay if they are, but growing up watching my mom eat and people like that, yeah, like even now I can't watch her eat. Or my family, like I can't. It grosses me out.
See, I eat without my hands too, but it involves a trough. So that'd probably really disgust you.
Like I can't watch people eat. It's bad. I mean, I don't want to watch people eat because that's creepy, but you know what I mean? Like it's bad.
Well, I had no idea.
Yeah. I use a lot of sanitizer. I was using sanitizer before it became cool.
Before it was
cool.
Wow.
Like I even, so when we could still go to restaurants or like sit down and all that, I would even sanitize the silverware, even though I know they washed it, because I did not know where it's been.
I don't know if I blame you for that too much.
Yeah.
The cap guy keeps asking you where you live.
Sorry, I need to look at the sorry guys. I live in Indiana. I'm in central Indiana. It's about an hour south of Indianapolis, if anyone knows where that is.
It's in the flat part.
Oh, we got rolling hills. Yeah, I cannot stand chewing noises either. Like my brother, I fought with him so much growing up because it took him probably until he was almost 20 to quit smacking, and it's like a pet peeve of mine.
Well, that one irritates a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
So you're not alone. Amber's a germaphobe. She gets it.
Yeah, see? It's like a lot of people think I'm weird, but it's just like, no, I just care. But I think, so my doctor actually thought the reason I ended up, so I had COVID back in April, beginning of April, and I was down for about 2.5 weeks. And my doctor actually thought it was due to me not having much of an immune system because I sanitize and wash my hands so much, and I don't introduce myself to germs.
So you weren't like that as a little kid, though?
No, I played in the dirt and all kinds of stuff. I mean, as a kid, we used to play in cow fields and stuff. So it just I don't know. It just something happened one day, and I turned into a freak.
Now look, you scared Jen away. She's gonna leave, using listing as an excuse. Sure, Jen.
Thanks for stopping by, Jen.
You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna go open a bag of chips and get a fork and see if she can do it. It's not working.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's easy. You just gotta get used to it. Like, I freak out if something gets on my hands. Like, it's stupid. I know it's stupid, but it's like a mental thing. Because, like, one day I was like, you know what? And this was, I think it was like last year or the year before. I'm like, I think I'm going to try to eat with my hands. And I could never even touch the food because it's like a mental block for me, unfortunately.
I don't think it's stupid. It's who you are, man. You can't help it. It's not like you're intentionally trying to freak people out.
But at least I'm clean.
Right. Hard to dip the chip with a fork, according to Cap Guy.
Oh, not at all. I eat chips and salsa as a snack.
Man, you must have patience.
No, it's really, I'm literally tempted to go get some chips and show you how I use a fork to eat them.
I would. That would be worth the price of admission. Come see the chip boy.
All right, give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to do it.
I will. We'll just talk about you a little bit.
It's okay.
Hey, I'm in charge. So I got a question for the chat. If you could have a cuckoo clock and have something besides a bird pop out of the cuckoo clock, what would you want that to be? PG-13, please. All right, Amber wants to see the chip freak. Yeah, there's no way I'd be patient enough to eat chips like that. You can only eat like what, 2 at a time, maybe. I fist those things. I suppose I could open it and dump it in my mouth. Bean. Wait, Bobby, is that your answer to the cuckoo clock question? Do you want Mr. Bean to pop out of a clock? I think I would enjoy that. A peacock, no question. That's a good answer, Tina. Farm animals, a dog. I was thinking like a Twinkie. What if you could set it up to like launch a Twinkie at you every hour on the hour? Mind blown. Mr. Bean is awesome. I love Mr. Bean. Everyone in our family watches Mr. Bean. How can someone eat a burger or pizza with anything but their hands? I don't know. Especially a burger. I guess a pizza, you could cut it, eat it with a fork, but I don't know. Spaghetti, who doesn't use their hands? Like a kid in a high chair. All right, show and tell time.
This is awkward.
Why?
Eating on cam. I feel like I could make some money doing this.
You don't have to.
It's too late. So look, this is literally what I do each time.
Wait, those aren't chips. What are those?
Those are chips. Those are
They look like brown chips.
they're tortilla chips.
Oh, like the blue corn ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I can also dip.
Kind of rude to eat that right in front of us.
I know this is awkward. Let's see.
Don't slap it on your shirt. Take you a while to find it. Looks like fake vegan stuff pretending to be food again. This is an educational show. So I asked the chat if they could have a cuckoo clock and have something pop out besides a cuckoo bird on the hour. What would they choose?
Did you get anything good?
It was mostly other animals. I suggested a Twinkie. And then I thought it'd be cool if it like launched a Twinkie out every hour.
That just get messy after a while. Unless you're going to sit there every hour.
I got to agree with Cap Guy there that I'd be more efficient eating chips. I could have a bag done in the time you eat like 3 or 4 chips, I think.
Hey, I eat fast with the fork, so. I just have a lot of pressure on me being live eating. It's weird.
You did a fine job. Yeah, Dina knows, like a Twinkie Pez dispenser. Oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. I may be retiring soon. Twinkie Pez dispenser. Don't worry, Dina, you'll get like 3%.
Dude, have you ever had a deep fried Twinkie at the fair or anything?
I've seen them. I don't think I've eaten one.
How have you not eaten one if you like Twinkies?
I don't even like Twinkies that much, honestly.
What?
You're
a fraud.
Ding dongs. I like ding dongs. And zingers.
Wow.
I mean, if you leave a Twinkie unattended, I might, doesn't mean I won't snort it, but I've had deep fried Oreos.
Those are delicious.
What's your favorite weird thing deep fried?
Oh, I don't know if anything's really weird, but I've had well, it's basically deep fried, but it's like a donut burger. Have you ever had one of those? At our fair, they fry the donuts and then actually fry the burger as well. So it's like
They deep fry the burger?
yeah, so it's like a heart attack between two fried donuts.
Sounds like it.
It's delicious.
Deep fried Milky Way. Swiss cake rolls are okay. I'd rather have a ding dong. It's essentially the same thing, but it's different.
Well, unfortunately, I've been sugar free since June and probably going to be for the rest of my life. So,
medical reasons?
Yeah, I was having a lot of issues and found out I was diabetic, so I cut out sugar completely.
It's hard to eat sugar with a fork.
Let me just put this straight. If there's something I cannot, because some things are not fork friendly, it's either a spoon or a cup. Because then I can just, like I'm drinking it, but I'm eating. I just got to be careful and not choke on something.
I choke daily. Krispy Kreme as the buns on a hamburger. That sounds like too much for me. And I like greasy and sugary and fatty stuff, but
it's delish.
That might make me have accident. Oh, man. This is the best live show ever. Power outages, show and tell. I've given up sugar a couple different times.
What'd you do?
Gave up sugar a couple different times. I do it occasionally, and I'll do it well for a couple of months, and then I fall off the wagon. So if you've been doing it since June,
I went cold turkey, and basically I was disgusting with candy and everything, and I could literally eat a pound of gummy worms in a setting. Like all day. But see, 2 years ago, I actually made the decision to go vegetarian. So I quit like gummies too, because they have gelatin in them. And my doctor told me that with me basically cutting out eating gummy bears the way I was, that probably saved my life with my sugar, because my numbers were so sky high, and with my blood pressure and everything, I was like in the red, whatever she called it, basically the red zone, where I was a walking heart attack or stroke due to my sugar.
Wow. So you're vegetarian too?
Yeah. So it's just a personal decision, and because my daughter's been her entire life, she came up with it by herself. She would not eat meat with us, like, ever. And then we do a lot of things with animal centers around us, and it's just a personal decision where it's like, they want to live too. Which I mean, if someone eats meat, I don't lecture them or anything like that, because I was right there a few years ago. So,
oh yeah,
so
it's more for ethical reasons than health reasons for the vegetarianism. I get you.
But it actually worked out for me, because with me cutting out gummy bears the way I was eating, because I could do that like every day, a pound. Like it was bad.
I don't like
it. She said it literally saved my life from going vegetarian, because I quit eating gummies all the time.
Wow.
And the only reason I went to the doctor, because I started turning gray, like I look like I should be in a coffin, basically. That's how I would lose the collar. And then I'd get really dizzy and I'll be on the verge of passing out. And finally I went to the doctor, and they're like, yeah, you seriously got to change your life or you're going to die. And I'm like, okay.
That was some blood sugar issues?
Yeah. All from my blood sugar. I'm good now.
Well, good. Yeah, my dad has diabetes, and it is a joke to him sometimes, and drives me nuts. He's 80 years old. He lives by himself in Southern California, and he'll call and he'll tell me a funny story about how he collapsed in his kitchen and hit his face and had a bloody nose and got up a couple hours later. And I'm like, and he's laughing while he's telling me, and he's and I'm like, Dad, this isn't funny.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm like, my gosh, man.
I mean, when I was having my episodes, I would joke about it too, saying that I'm practicing for my debut in my coffin. Yeah.
Well, Wendy's a vegetarian too. And Brian only eats cows that are vegetarian. I'd be scared of a coniferous cow. Coniferous? Not coniferous. Coniferous means they have pine cones, right?
I think.
Which would be scary if cows had pine cones hanging off them. Coniferous. What's the word I'm thinking of? You know, never mind.
Yeah, I come from a family of diabetics, but every time I went to the doctor's office, they always said, "Oh, your sugar's good and all that." So I just, pushed it off, saying, "Oh, I'll be all right." But none of my family takes care of themselves, and they're all having major health issues, and they're just in their mid 50s, early 60s now, a lot of them, and they're having some serious problems. And I was like, because my doctor's like, "Well, let's make a plan to where you can have a little bit of sugar." And I'm like, "No, I'll just cut it out completely because I don't want to have that temptation and then deal with those type of, heart issues, blindness, stuff like that when I'm older. I want to enjoy my life and not just live to be, late 50s, early 60s, because that's young."
How old are you now?
How old do you think I am?
42.
All right. Yeah, everyone guess how old I am in the chat. I'm just kidding. Yeah. How old are you?
42. No, I'm 49.
40? Really?
Yeah. I'll be 50 soon.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I don't think it bothered me too much.
I did eat gummies with the fork. I use, what is it? Is it, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Trivia or Trovia, something artificial or natural. Forget what it is.
Trivia? I got trivia.
I looked expecting to see it, and I'm like, I felt it. So we got
Nate is 33. Man, there's quite a range here, Nate.
There is. I've not aged well.
33 to 48. Oh God, did I offend you with 42? Let me just ask that.
I don't get offended, so.
Dang.
Okay, so it looks like everyone. Yeah, I think. Yeah, trivia. So I gotta think how old I am.
Oh God.
Yeah, this May. I'm 33 right now. I'll be 34 in May.
Oh my gosh, I'm such an ass.
It's okay. I haven't aged well.
I'm terrible at ages, though.
I've lived a hard life, so.
Man, I'm sorry.
Dude, it's fine.
Garbage Monster guessed 28.
It's 17. I love how it starts going down now.
Yeah, right. What did you say, Ella?
Let me see what Ella said. 37. That's respectable. That's okay.
That's only 4 years. You'll be there before you know it.
Exactly.
Do I win a coniferous cow? What is the word for something that's a carnivore? Carnivorous? Carnivorous. Coniferous. I'm a big dumb animal, folks.
Jennifer, it won't be before long. I got several white hairs going on in my beard now, so.
I hate that.
Why? It's just age.
What? It looks like I have frost on my beard.
There's nothing wrong with it, man.
Well, thank you, Ella.
Didn't last show you said you wanted to use Just for Men? Or Marcy wanted you to?
I have talked about it for a couple of years. I wanted to go jet black just to make it look ridiculous. I always dig those old dudes that you'd see in the grocery store that, they're, hunched over and they're wrinkly and they have jet black hair and jet black facial hair. Like, that's natural.
Dude, when my grandpa died, he had jet black hair. Like, he did not gray.
It was natural?
Natural.
Wow. I am also a customer. Jennifer's 17.
It's sad now because even like at liquor stores or even in the grocery store, I don't get ID'd anymore. They just check. They don't even ask for my ID, and it kind of hurts my feelings. So I'll be like, "Hey, you want to look at my ID?" And they're like, "No, we know you're old enough." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I thought you said younger than 40 gets ID'd, please.
Hey, at least you don't get asked for the senior discount.
That is true. You got me beat on that one.
So if you could design the tallest building in the world, what would it look like?
Is that a question from me?
Whoever. I'm just random.
Oh, I have no idea, man. My answers are not appropriate.
Yeah, you can't do a large phallus. I was just thinking me. I'd just make a building that looked like me.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
I think so.
Do you know what? Makes me sad about this hat that I'm wearing right now? So my brother and sister-in-law bought it for me, and it used to have this really cool feather in it. And we went to Vegas together, all of us did. And the last night we were there, we were only there, I think, 3 nights. But that last night we were there, we really went hard at everything. And I lost my feather somewhere between Fremont Street and my room. And it makes me sad that it's gone. I didn't even realize it was gone until we were halfway through our flight back to Indiana. And I went up to touch my hat and I was like, "Where's my feather?" And they're like, "You didn't have a feather last night." And I'm like, "No."
I feel like you're not the first person to lose feathers in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Paul is 41. Man.
Really?
I thought he was I knew he was a stepdaddy, but he does look young for his age.
He does.
I have lost so many things in Vegas. That sounds like there might be a story there, Tina. Everyone loses their feather in Vegas, Nate. You lost your tail feathers, man.
Dude, so you want me to tell you an embarrassing story about Vegas?
Yes.
So
I do.
We are all completely trashed, and I have missing pieces of the night, of course. And I guess we were eating in the food court, and my sister-in-law decided to start throwing ketchup at me for some reason and got it in my ear. Like, it was in my earring and everything. So I was too drunk to realize what was happening. I told them, I'm like, "Guys, I think I got to go to the bathroom." So I went into the bathroom, and of course, I started vomiting everywhere. But in the process, during that time, I took off all my clothes. And I was gone for a long time. So my brother-in-law came in there, and he said all I was saying was, "Don't look at my butthole. Can you see my butthole?" Like, the entire time. Like, it was bad. He goes, "No, I'm just trying to help you get dressed. I'm not looking at your butthole." Yeah. You
need to meet up in Vegas.
It was crazy, dude. And yes, I just
You don't know why you took your clothes off?
if I get really drunk, then I take my clothes off.
I've known guys like you that would do that.
I'm already a hot-natured person, and then when I drink excessively, it just increases that.
We're going streaking.
I knew I saw you in Vegas. Oh my god.
Bobby, watch your spelling, Bobby.
Dude, I was so disgusted with myself knowing that I was laying in a public bathroom floor. Like, yeah, I was not proud.
Well, we've all hugged public toilets before, but I usually kept my clothes on. So what musical instrument you think best describes your personality?
Dude, I'm not familiar with a lot of instruments, unfortunately. Something odd that sounds odd. I don't know. What's that? What is it? The clarinet that sounds like a dying goose or something?
A didgeridoo.
Yeah, there we go.
Did anyone else give us any ideas for a name for the show?
We had a few. I got distracted because someone decided to shut off their power.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Paul.
Oh, man. See you, Paul. Thank you for coming, man. You
That
old
is definitely when I lost my feather, I'm sure.
the dudes. The only one I caught was men with hats. I think that was Harry.
Well, I think Ella had one. It was like bearded men with hats, maybe. But there's a lot of bearded shows out there,
There are.
or channels at least.
Beard show class. A lack of ambition to shave.
I'm afraid what I look like. I think I've had a beard since I was 19.
I do not like how I look without my beard. There's a lot of chins under there. This makes me look like I have a long face too. When I take it off and then I'm not happy.
I feel like I'd be self-conscious about my chin. I don't know. So we got the over 30 league, the Midwest Beards,
Midwest beards.
Beardo.
You know, Beardos is not bad.
Uh-uh.
Okay, Beardos. Over 30 league. Coniferous cows, you know.
Thanks for stopping by, Ella.
Somebody could come up with a graphic for the coniferous cows. Bye, Ella. Midwest Beards. Beardos.
That's pretty funny.
What'd you have for supper tonight?
Cheese quesadilla.
Nice.
I think I had that last Thursday too.
Early.
Yeah, you?
We had Chinese. It's my daughter's birthday, so we had Chinese food, and I had pork my fun, which sounds dirty, but it's not.
Thanks for stopping by, Bobby.
See you, Bobby.
Yeah, I really like the Beardos.
Chips and dip and sandwiches with a fork.
That
You're being made fun of. Beardos. Do you drink beer?
I did, but now I just drink whiskey.
What kind of whiskey you like?
Jim Beam, that's really all I really drink. I don't want to buy.
Best friends?
Do what?
Did we just become best friends?
I think we did.
That's my favorite. I love Jim Beam. The Jim Beardos. No, that doesn't work. The Beardos is a good one though.
Now I loved Fireball, but I can't do that anymore.
I can't. That just burned. That gives me GERD, man.
Oh, it does me too. But sometimes some things are just worth it.
Brian says Pork My Fun is also a great name for the show. Oh, man. I hope my mother's not watching.
Dude, so I used to have a concession trailer a few years ago. And we did pulled pork. And our saying was we pull our pork in public. So
nice. Who wouldn't get naked after a fifth of Jim Beam? Yeah, that would do the trick. I actually, for Christmas, one of my coworkers gave me a vintage Jim Beam decanter that was full. And we debated on whether or not it was still good to drink. Did
you try it or did you drink
it? Tastes pretty good to me.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the old with the pictures of the Remington pictures.
Yeah,
on it. So it's got cowboy on a horse. It makes me happy.
Yeah, my wife inherited quite a few of those Jim Beam bottles, and a few years ago, she said I could end up selling them, and they did pretty well.
Really?
And the market, a lot of them, the market's flooded with them.
Yeah.
On eBay, people are selling them for $7, $8, and I don't even know how you make any profit doing that.
Sometimes at the local auctions, though, they go high. People find them and they'll go, "Oh, I gotta have it."
That's the one thing I don't miss about not being able to go to, basically indoor auctions, because there was always those 2 or 3 people that that's all they did. They didn't even resell. They were hoarders, and they push the price up every single time. It was always irritating.
Yes, I agree. Squeal and pick my banjo. Squeal for me.
So, question. I know last time I asked you what you do, like as in hobbies or other than resell. For people that weren't here last week, elaborate on that.
Why, thank you, Nate. I am part-time reseller, so I work full-time. And for hobbies, I have hobbies. I like to fish. I like to carve wood. I like to tinker with things, like tear broken things apart and sometimes get them to work again. A lot of times they end up in the garbage. But yeah, really going to auctions is a hobby for me. I always thought of that as like a sport before I started reselling. But the thing is, I haven't done a lot of those things in a couple of years. Yeah. It kind of makes me sad. I was thinking about that again today. I'm like, I need to get out and, have time for me that's actually useful, not just watching TV or something.
Yeah.
And, I'd like to carve more wood. I'd like to go sit out by the lake and whittle, which is, kind of useless, but I love doing that.
Hey, that's what you love doing. There's nothing wrong with it.
And rocking in a chair and whittling. I'm an old man. I've been an old man for 30 years, it seems like.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah. But I want to get out fishing again. Maybe I'll get my license again this year and force myself. What I wanted to start doing was keeping a fishing pole in my car, and then when I go to an auction 2 counties over, after the auction, I could be like, drive by a creek or something and see if I can pull out a trout.
I have a buddy that does it. He actually started his TikTok where, I mean, he has thousands and thousands of followers now. And he even has a YouTube video where he just goes to these small little ponds wherever he's at and throws a line in and films it. That's all he does.
No kidding.
Yeah. I think he has close to 4,000 subscribers now on YouTube.
And they just watch him fish.
Yeah. Like he literally does, he breaks it down to about 10 to 15-minute videos, and it's literally him fishing or trying different lures and stuff. And
wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going noodling, JT. JT, I'm not going noodling.
More power to those people that do that. I'd end up being the one that lost a finger.
Or an arm.
Yeah. Or drowning from it. Getting pulled under. I can only doggy paddle, man.
Yeah. I'd stick my fist in some 12-footer.
I've watched too much River Monsters to do that stuff.
Chicken.
Hey, I value my life and know my limitations, so noodling is one of those.
Well, I'm sure you probably wouldn't want to touch the fish anyway.
Prefer not. We used to fish all the time, believe it or not, and I touched the fish.
Yeah. And the worst
thing, I can bait a hook and everything. I just can't eat with my hands, so I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I prefer not to get my hands dirty, like with worms and fish and all that. But I would do it as long as I could wash my hands really good.
Can you punch the fish in the face? Is that allowed, Bobby? Pick a fight with a fish. That would make a good YouTube video.
Probably get a ton of haters too.
Well, maybe.
And again, though, if you get a bunch of haters, the algorithm will still pick that up.
That's right. Bunch of fish huggers. Oh my gosh.
What?
I don't know. It's creating excitement. So what are your hobbies?
Well, we collect. We like to go to thrift stores, and I mean, thrifting is a hobby. My wife actually enjoys it with me, but we like to collect creepy dolls, old dolls. Like our house is like a little museum, and if it has a story, the better. Especially ones that are claimed to be haunted. We collect a lot of those.
No.
Yeah, so we do a lot of oddity expos and oddity shops when there's some around. Thank you for stopping by, Resale Royalty.
Have you ever been to the House on the Rock in Wisconsin?
I was the only time I've been to there's 2 times I've been to Wisconsin. One was a teenager on a 24-hour trucking trip with my uncle, just to ride with him to keep him awake. And then the second, which didn't work because I fell asleep. But the second time was my brother and I did a baseball trip. We went to Wrigley, and then the next day drove to Milwaukee to watch a game. So that's the only 2 times. I haven't really been anywhere in Wisconsin too.
I bet you and your wife would love the House on the Rock. If you don't know what it is, look it up. They have a website, and you can see what kind of stuff is there.
House on the Rock?
House on the Rock in Spring Green, Wisconsin. It was started by a guy who was just kind of a weirdo and collected things. And he turned all these collections into this huge attraction. And
that's cool.
He liked kind of creepier things and macabre things. And yeah, it's interesting. And there's 2 doll carousels there that are like, I think they're 3 stories tall each, that have all these old antique dolls all the way around, and they creep the hell. I used to work 3rd shift security there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and to walk through the doll carousel room was the worst place to go because they're all just sitting there looking at you. Oh, and there's a couple dolls on display in another area where one of the dolls is supposedly haunted. I don't remember what the story is, but they actually the rumor was anyway that the doll used to like be facing the window, and they had to turn it so it wouldn't make eye contact with people because that's how it was doing stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about all the store. Like another hobby we have is we do ghost hunting.
Yeah.
But we bought this nun doll, and the guy at the shop, we quit going to a shop because he kind of turned a little douchey towards us for some reason. But he goes, yeah, I come into the shop and the doll's on the counter. Then it's over here. Then it's over here. We've had this doll now probably for, I don't know, 3-4 years or more. It's never moved. Like
poking it with a fork or something.
Like we've investigated, like did our own investigation in our house on the doll, and I think he's just full of crap to upcharge us. But I mean, it's still a cool looking older doll. It's just we were hoping something was attached to it.
The director of the library where my testing center is, he is a ghost chaser, ghost hunter.
Yeah.
And he does investigations, but he also does speaking engagements where he talks about things he's seen and visited, and he's a pretty cool guy.
It is cool. We've had some pretty interesting stuff happen.
Yeah. You have?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like we ended up we lived in this old house, and we lived there probably, I want to say a couple years too long, but you would hear footsteps coming from the back of the house down the hallway, and then they would just stop, like all the time. And we should have gotten the warning. So the first night we were in there, we were painting the walls because we wanted a fresh coat of paint on everything. And I see a guy walk down the hallway with a red shirt into the living room, and my wife was in there alone painting. So I come in there, ready to hit someone. And she goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "There was a guy that just walked in there." And she goes, "No, you're crazy." I'm like, "No, there is." And so we had that incident happen. And then our daughter was around 3, I think, at the time or so, 3 or 4. And she said that old man Sam kept her up all night tickling her. Oh, yeah. She was very vivid with it. And then we started having the thing where you would hear the footsteps come down the hallway, and someone would sit on the bed. Like they would walk up to the bed, they would either hit the bed or they would sit on the bed, and the bed would shift down.
Oh my God.
And one night my wife woke me up because she was freaking out, because she woke up and there was a lady, because the closet door got jacked up, and the guy's wife or mom that lived there before us died in the house. So we're wondering if it was her, but she woke me up freaking out saying, "There's a lady standing in the hallway or at the closet," and she looked disgusted staring at the closet door, and then just went away like right in front of her eye. Like it was.
She didn't like your wardrobe, Nate.
And then, so it was all weird and everything. We found a better house because we outgrew the house anyways. And then the neighbor comes over while we're moving, and he goes, "Did the ghost scare you out?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like trying to play dumb. And he goes, "Yeah, I used to live back there." And he goes, "That back bedroom was active." And I'm like, "What? Like, I've talked to you, I don't know how many times. You're just now telling me this?"
Sure.
Yeah, it was.
I have never had any experiences myself. I've been freaked out a few times, but
I've literally, my wife thinks something follows me, but I've literally had experiences probably since I was a teenager. It was just weird. It doesn't bother me, and that's why I'm intrigued. But
maybe you're just more sensitive to it.
I don't know. I don't feel like it.
Man.
Like I watch all these shows, and everyone's like, "Oh, I sense this," and I'm like, I mean, I can sense bad energy in a room or something, but I don't sense things. Oh, here's another weird thing I have. Look at this. Let me see there. That leg is a prosthetic from the 1940s. Pretty
Sweet.
cool. The clown's not haunted. He's just a creepy little. It's a clown in a closet. So when you turn on a light, he starts laughing and his eyes light up yellow.
So what happened to the rest of the guy?
I don't know. They didn't have him for sale.
So you bought that at an auction or something?
At an oddity expo, actually, I got it.
Wow. Was it expensive?
Do what?
Was it expensive?
I want to say it was probably around 120.
Wow.
That number is sticking in my head. But I had to have it. I know it's weird, but it's one of those things where I saw it and fell in love with it, and it's like, this would go great in our collection.
You're weird, Nate, and I love it. My first house in Florida was the home of a murder scene. Oh my gosh. You could hear the woman screaming for help and see a girl hiding in the corner of the room.
That's crazy.
Exorcism. Oh my gosh. I couldn't stay there.
You couldn't?
Oh, I don't think so, no. My wife acts like, if we lived in a haunted house, she'd be like, kind of open to it. Like, it'd be kind of cool. And I'm like, I don't think, if I ever actually saw something, I think I'd move the next day. But
you got to think, though, people, like, physical people are scarier than a spirit most of the time.
That's true, but they're usually not trying to scare me.
Maybe they're not trying. Maybe they're just in a, like a time loop.
Well, true. Oh, man. I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of people are leaving, Chuck.
Dang it. Well, it's about that time, I suppose.
Yeah. But I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Let me know, or let Chuck know, if you want a wrench. Like I said, I will give anyone a wrench. Are you cool with that, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just kind of tossing them out to random people that I knew last week. So.
Oh, okay. I'll need to do that. Can you? I can probably do that after the show too, right?
I don't know.
If it's on the chat still.
Yeah, maybe you could just scroll through the chat and throw them out there.
Yeah, Garbage Monster. Maybe we can talk ghost stories at one point, because I have a ton.
Maybe that'll have to be like a segment. Nate's ghost story. You could do one a week.
There we go. One ghost story a week. Keep people coming.
Random people that you know. How does that even make sense? What are you talking about, Jen? You lost me. Chuck likes to throw things at people. What are we talking about?
What is happening now?
I'm so confused. I thought Jen left a while ago. Didn't we say goodbye to her? I don't know. She's going to make nachos, though. I love nachos.
I do love some nachos.
She's down there in southern Texas, so she probably knows how to make, like, badass nachos. What? My wife's yelling at me.
I thought I heard a voice. Oh, she's saying they're not random. You know them.
Who's not random? Oh, okay. I don't remember what I said 30 seconds ago. Remember, we already established I'm an old man.
I didn't realize you were 49. For some reason, I thought you were early to mid 40s.
49's early to mid 40s, isn't it?
Basically, I guess.
Between 40 and 50.
I'm just adding random, like you do. Not random people, but friends.
Chicken, cheese, avocados, beans, jalapenos, and salsa. That sounds like some good nachos.
Dude, seriously, I love nachos.
So do I. And there again, a fork wouldn't cut it for me, man. I'd have to maybe have tongs. I could do it with tongs.
So with the whole nachos thing, when I go to a lot of baseball games, and usually I'm drinking quite a bit before the game and during the game, and eating with a fork, I have cheese all down my shirt. It's disgusting. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it. We really appreciate everyone coming out. And then remember, next Thursday, we will be on Chuck's channel. Where is he? There.
Nope, that way. Yep.
And make sure I'm sure everyone's subscribed to him. Make sure you set your reminder for the show. And thank you again, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.